So, because of the way that it's framed, we have to do this, so to speak. This whole story will be public. And in doing that, not only that argument that I fixed and everything below it, however you want to segment it, that you lost. The story's going to go there. And regarding these little tales, and I'm not including the 24, 26, however many convicted guilty treasonists in this equation because they're at war with us and not under federal protection. So what I'm telling you is whatever, that was primary problem, number one. Number two is the KKK. Similar, maybe same family, but different animal. Not the same family, but sure, it seems like that, You all, I'm so fucking sick of dealing with this, but you put my name on the paper and etc. So, unlimited, etc. sort of thing. You and your stuff and whatever it is, all the stuff that we just talked about that I don't want to redo. I'm not going to redo, will not be redone, it's like whatever it is. You need to get all of this stuff out of the way of my story. And I understand that includes changing how you do medicine and includes as well how you do police work. And we're not going to be revisiting that discussion, I do believe. So you are going to change that, as in get rid of that. If you go up with it, I'm going to attack your entire society from the top down. If you go down with it, or rather, I would want you to go down with it. If you're in the middle there, just kind of hanging on and that sort of thing, then we're going to drop you. We're going to arrest you. We're going to ruin you. And I can do that basically any way that I want because of the framing. And the story, which I was working on before I was accosted, I'm going to continue with because there's really nothing else. Either that I'm doing or period. And those just happened to line up. And it was really magical and spiritual, and there were a lot of good people behind it. And I was the one who did it, and here's what that product is. So, like a social stringent, we'll say. Better way of saying it is ality. And then rather than going after what that means, getting into your heads, again, why don't we just take the stuff that's already right and you can go ahead and do that? Because I don't want to go there. I will go there. I'll rip you apart. I have no desire to do that unless you're in my way. So we're going to move that entire space-time, so to speak, that whole narrative, that whole chunk out, which has already happened. Not many people here right now already has happened. I'd rather, again, let the people have access to that information in the same way that they would have access to Snooki and bananas in pajamas and whatever the fuck else. Or we're going to have another problem where the government's going to attack the government. It's not going to be with those 24 people, and it's not going to be like that, but it would just be a giant, ugly waste of time. If we're being unconstitutional. And so the phrase of the saying is, oh, revolution's fought, revolution's over, new day. I've won all those. So there's the Bundists, KKK people. You need to get out of my way. Or the FBI, whom you've been in bed with this whole time, we have those documents. Even though they were ridiculous, we have them. That you were buddy-buddy with are going to turn around and drop you. And would anyway outrank you. And I'd rather not do this whole FBI, local police thing because we already have the answer for it. So we're not going to do that either. We're just going to look at the people and drop them. Won't be your bag, won't be your mask, it'll be you. You have no excuse to be here. Anyway, and then if you don't, you'd be supporting the treasonists. So it's the same fucking difference to me. And the same eventuality of you being out of my way is conclusive. So I do have some options. And then rather than doing this whole sci-fi fucking, gibberish fucking, I'm done with it. I'm not fucking cranking your shit anymore. I don't even want to. I don't even want it. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to be pushing you out of the way, which might come as a surprise, might offend you. I don't care. I'm writing it off right now. You're a fucking disaster, and you know it. You do no good for A. So let's start there. And then there's no such thing as hover, even though you will that in the context that we're in, and you're then directly responsible for that. So and then add that to all of your negative karma, and you'll know what a drag it is to see you. If you get fucking gay with it, I'm going fucking right after your fucking families. And we have all that on record because that was also part of the things acquired by the U.S. military during this time while you were fucking around and hurting people and every other thing. So we have those results now. I can give a little leniency, but I have there's no sympathy in the system for it, and I have zero less than that coming out. I'm not a real big fan of yours. I'm not sure if you heard. So yeah, and then we're going to crush that whole thing. You have no arguments. And so if you bring it up later, after my narrative, for example, your fault is the only way that this math pans out. And that's your own direction, your own numeric set, your own suggestion, and your own demand. So rather than wasting time with what's happened, whatever, that you can't compute anyway because you're a pedophile and a slavist, I hate you. I seriously detest you. I don't know how you fucking deal with yourself, and I don't want to deal with you. So after my narrative, if you bring it up later, It's just going to be you. Like you have no super electorate standing. And then the people who do, who once were affiliated or you heard their names or whatever, are on my side and are completely taken care of to the atomic T throughout the whole course. So you have no arguments with my boss is going to do. I already took care of them. I already paid them. I already saw to their wishes. I already did all those things. Which is why you're talking to me, so to speak. That I'm supposed to talk to you. And we've done a lot of that. And I'm not exactly the least capable person with words on the planet. Or if you can't deal with words, I wrote it in numbers. So if you're having and you are debilitated, it's on you. Skip. We're not doing jack shit. We're not doing jack shit for you. Fuck you and get away from me. So we're going to put my narrative, the Constitution, we're going to put my narrative as the spacing. And you can be the spacing, just like everybody else. If you don't want to be the spacing, that's fine. You can go right out the exit door and mind it probably as you minded the Constitution before, which is not at all. And that's evident, by the way. So I don't care for it. I'm not recognizing these arguments. We're not doing this. We're not explaining the shit in the hospitals. We're not touching the shit in jails. We're not leafing it through little sheets and things like that. We're going to type straight. We're going to walk straight, and we're going to be all right. And that is communion. And then what you do with yourself is your own business. And you reap that karma, is the framing, the Washingtonian framing. So like the reason like they take somewhere on the map and make it a secret prison where they torture people and then attribute it to another country, and then you get off the property line and you literally feel different, like you've gone to a different country. That mechanism is the Washingtonian thing. Your zone isn't in this country, isn't in this time even, wasn't actually ever, is the truth. I do not want this shit in my country at all. So you need to get all of this shit completely gone. And if that includes yourself, then you yourself are responsible to do that. We're not backtracking, I'm escalating. The more time you waste, the more shit there is, the more severely I'll come after you. And all your shit's illegal. We'll bust you, break you, hang you. Or you can take the correct answer, do what I say, get $1,000 a month for literally nothing, and we can watch the sunset with no fucking noise and no fucking problems and no fucking wars, no fucking anything. And then if you want to date a girl with blonde hair or red hair or black hair, you know, that's what you're going to do, you know, sure is. You know, and however you want to whisper that to yourself, I don't care. Because I want nothing to do with how you think about things, which is wrong. And then add I'm better. And your entire ship never left harbor. So we're going to go ahead and bury that there with that. And you need to get the fuck out of my face. I don't want messages. I don't want tips. I want to get you to a certain level, enough to hold a gun and go about your business. No mask, nothing like that, because society doesn't like that. And we're going to have society, and you will be keeping society safe. Nobody's going to be denied anything. It's all going to be there. This is what it's going to be. You're going to be there. That's it. Case closed. Don't ask me any fucking questions. Don't do me any fucking favors. Because nobody's going to be paying for those. Is the game change? Because I'm going to drop them. Not just from the super electric sphere that they fucked up intentionally because they're assholes and we declared revolution against them to get our shit back, and did, and won over and over and over and over and over again. We're just going to put Stephen Hawking in jail, sort of thing. So it's a little bit of the individual model, a little more representative sort of thing, which doesn't do anything that I really care for, but we are still in a crisis. And we do still have about 24 Nazis who think that the war is still happening and that it's my fault. And you being there goes right along with that. So I'm not going to say that you're as bad as Waldo Kuhn Eichmann, but you're not going to be here. So, see you later, Ace. Don't want it, and go away.